Hey y'all, it's Chelsea. Welcome back. I have a lot of questions from you guys, but the biggest questions I get are two top questions that I know everyone's going to ask. What are the hours like, and what is the training like, other than pay? Because obviously everyone asks for pay first. What are the hours? What are the training? What is the training like? So I'm going to kind of answer this in a roundabout way. I think it's very important, and just a quick disclaimer, I don't mean to come off blunt, but I wish someone would have been blunt with me from the beginning before I joined real estate. I'm glad they didn't, because I'm successful now and I like where I'm at. But if they would have been, I probably would not have gone the real estate route. But real estate in general, you have to be careful when you're asking broker questions. So asking, what is Redfin like? What is Redfin's training? What is Redfin's hours? What is, you have to be careful. And this is with any broker, Keller Williams, EXP, Coldwell Banker, all of them. You have to be really careful on what questions you ask and understand that the career itself, being a realtor in general, has a certain set of expectations that go beyond a brokerage. So what I mean by that, and you can ask any agent who has started from the bottom and is now successful, when they first started, they put a lot of hours into it. You put a lot of money into it. That's just real estate. That's not Redfin. That's real estate. You have to think your clients are always shopping for houses, mostly after they get off work. 5 o'clock, everyone's off work. Now I'm going to tour a house. I like the house. 6 o'clock, I call my agent. Hey, I want to write an offer. All of a sudden, there's an offer deadline of 8 p.m. that night. You had plans. Well, guess what? Your plan is now to write that offer for your client. It doesn't matter if you had Redfin set hours from 8 to 5. Your client is priority. You're not going to be a good realtor if you have a reputation of not being available for your client. They will find someone who is available. Same thing with your out-of-state clients. In Redfin, you have I have a lot of California clients. They're on a 2-3 hour time difference. So if I shut off my phone at 7 o'clock, they're just now getting off work at 5. I can't just neglect that. So even though Redfin has a certain expectation or guideline, whatever you want to call it, about their hours, real estate hours trump Redfin hours. And that is true with anywhere. You're never going to find a real estate job that you're helping clients and you're actually writing offers for your clients that you get to just shut off at 5 p.m. and forget about it till the next morning at 9 a.m. It's not going to happen. Your clients are going to come first. Same with training. Redfin has a certain outline training, but at the end of the day, real estate in general is not for the hand-holding type. And again, I don't want to be blunt. I don't mean to be blunt. I don't want to be rude. But that's just real estate. It is a very learn as you go. It is a very do your own research, watch YouTube videos of other brokers giving presentations, know your contract. A lot of people overlook that because contracts are very daunting, but you have to know your contract. Redfin today had a training on the appraisal addendum, appraisal waiver. That training was provided for free. Tons of great advice, not just on the breakdown of the verbiage and the form, when to use it, how to use it, but I also got to hear from listing agents what they like to see. So I, as a buyer's agent, now know exactly what they're looking for, and I can do my client that much more of a justice in writing that because I know how to write it now versus knowing what it is. So that training is invaluable. I mean, it's great, but you have to still know some things on your own. You can't go to everyone for everything. And that's true for Redfin. That's true for EXP, because I used to be with EXP. I don't know about the rest of the places. Typically, when you have a mentor or you're new somewhere, you're going to be assigned a mentor. It is a distance mentor, which means that you may get to shadow them for a couple days, maybe a week. But after that week, you're on your own. You're with clients on your own. You have to know what to say without someone prompting you what to tell them when they ask you a question. Obviously, you have that mentor for a reason. Same with Redfin. We have tons of resources. I have 20 people at any given time that I could call. They would pick the phone up like that and give me great advice. But you have to be able to kind of navigate through conversations with your clients and offer advice without being fully scripted by your mentor. And the only way you're going to do that is if you do your due diligence and you get that knowledge for yourself. You're always going to have training with Redfin. When I first joined, it was in the age of COVID. So if you're watching this and COVID's over miraculously, ignore this, but it was all electronic with Zoom. But the training was very valuable. It was a whole week of nothing but Zoom classes all day. We did mock conversations, mock tours, virtual tours, talked about ways to offer help, everything. It was great. But again, it's pretty surface level, and that's because in real estate is so deep and complex that you're never gonna have the answer to everything, ever. I promise. I have listing agents that I work with in my team that have been here for many, many years and very successful, sold hundreds of houses, and I'll still go to them with a question. They'll be like, I have no idea, I've never run into that issue. You have to be able to think for yourself on your feet. So if you are the type of person that needs an outline and you need someone physically with you at all times, and you need that, this is going to be a very difficult career. Not Redfin, but real estate in general. You have to differentiate between a broker and the career. That is why the statistic says over 80% of realtors fail out their first 2 years, because those realtors jump in expecting to have everything given to them and make easy money, and it doesn't happen like that. So you have to be that go-getter. You have to be the person who's willing to watch YouTube videos and learn a contract. I guarantee you, you're on YouTube right now. So if you go on YouTube and you type in appraisal addendum Texas, or third party agreement Texas, or Texas 1-to-4 family contract, there's going to be a whole video that goes through paragraph by paragraph what exactly it means, what you're signing, how to explain it to your client, what your options are to make your offer stand out. I mean, it's there. The information is there. You don't need any broker training. You just need to have the will and the power to find it and educate yourself. And then the broker training is supposed to piggyback onto that. So I learned what an appraisal waiver was on my own. I knew what the appraisal waiver was. I did not know the depth and how to manipulate it and what exactly sellers were looking for. That's the knowledge that Redfin gave me today. Not necessarily teaching me the appraisal waiver, although they did. I already knew that because I had to know that to do a service to my client. Redfin added on to that and took my knowledge one step higher. So that's kind of how you have to look at it. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's not rude. If y'all have any questions, or if I'm wrong, if you guys work with any brokerages that do full, you're always with somebody, drop it in the comments so that people watching this know that I stand corrected. Otherwise, if you have questions, happy to help answer. Drop it in the comments. Y'all have a good day.